proprietary blend. What is going on here? Why is it proprietary blend after proprietary blend? Why can't we just list what you're getting? And so it's nothing wrong with the supplement. It's just, what are you actually getting? Coach Greg, and have with me here today Marwan, the Director of Research and Development for Harder Than Last Time Supplements. And what we're doing today is we're going to go over Andrew Tate's new supplements. Have you seen these supplements?
I have seen them, and I never expected Andrew Tate to come out with this brand of supplements. And
so he's got three main supplements. The first one's called Unmatched, and it's for mental clarity compound. And so we're going to go over the ingredients and see what he thinks. As you guys, you might think that I'm just going to shit on him, but we're going to give him an honest review. Is it good, bad, ugly? Should you buy it? Shouldn't you buy it? And so let's see. So what is going on? It's got B vitamins. So why is there B vitamins?
Well, a lot of times our diets aren't really optimal, where you could be lacking B vitamins because maybe you consume alcohol and that ruins your absorption. Or pretty much B vitamins are important if you're deficient. So good way to, I guess, address any deficiencies.
And so overall, what we need to know, good or bad or ugly? Is this good?
It can't hurt. It's a very minuscule ingredient that you probably would benefit from. So yeah, good job there.
And so props to Andrew Tate, the B vitamins, it's going to help. Now this... Not so impressed with. See what he thinks. The first thing I see, it says Mental Clarity Proprietary Blend. Proprietary blend, I know, you all know, we all know that means that you don't know what's actually in it. And so what is going on here? Why would he put in proprietary blend? Why didn't he just list out exactly what's in there?
Well, first thing first, it's pretty hard to regulate and make sure that you nail the right amount of ingredient each pill. So it'll just be easier to make it proprietary. So if anything happens in terms of your label, someone tests your products, it's much easier to just be like, I don't know how much it has in it. Just take it for what it is. It's making less of a claim, which is ideal, I guess, if you're trying to avoid any backlash.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, we know that they're in order of the most to the least, and the first ingredient I see, ashwagandha. And ashwagandha, we put that in a lot of supplements, and we all know ashwagandha can increase your testosterone levels, but this is for focus or for cognition. It's not really something like that. And ashwagandha, you take it before bed to help you calm down, to help you sleep, and so on. And so why is ashwagandha in here as the number one ingredient?
I suppose Mr. Andrew Tate probably values the effect of being relaxed, even though he's pretty amped up as a person. So I don't know. I feel like a stimulant would probably be a better option.
Hey, it's his supplement company. He can do what he wants. And so out of all the ingredients, what is the best one that you see in here? What is the best thing that he's added? We'll do that first. And after, what's the worst?
Well, I think the best ingredient in here is the one at the very bottom, huperzine A, because it's a very powerful ingredient that can increase the amount of choline in your brain. And what that is, that's a neurotransmitter that tells your neurons to function. So the more choline you have, the more cognitively sharp you will be on paper.
Okay, and so that's the great ingredient. It is in the last position, but that's okay. You don't need a lot of it. We don't actually know how much he has, though. So does he have such a small amount that it does nothing, or does he have the perfect amount? We don't know. Why? Because it's a proprietary blend. Soon as you see proprietary blend, you got to be careful. You don't know what you're actually getting. And so overall, it's not that this is bad. It's that we don't know what's exactly in it, and there's nothing actually dangerous in there. Is there? It's safe? Could teens take this?
Absolutely, given that whatever's in the label is in the label. This looks like a very safe product, minimal stimulants. However, there is one thing about it that does stand out. They use gelatin capsules where, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the way they source the gelatin is pretty much a mix and match. They get some different animals. It could be pork, it could be beef. It's just a whole bunch of different bones that they crush up in a cauldron, and then they kind of mix it all together. So if you're a vegan, if you're a Muslim, if you're Jewish, you probably would want to avoid those capsules.
And so it's not kosher.
Not at all.
And so if you're a vegan and you're trying to do your part with the world, then you probably don't want the gelatin capsules. You always go for the veggie capsules.
Yeah, and it's also more expensive to use veggie capsules. And it's also more expensive to not have a proprietary blend. But take it. If you like it, then it works. Then there's no harm in taking it, really.
And so basically, as long as you're not vegan or trying to follow a halal diet, then no problem. It's pretty safe, but you don't really know what you're getting, but at least it's safe. And our next supplement is called Feared Opponent Testosterone Booster. Now, in the past, testosterone boosters, they never worked. They were pretty much useless, but there are actually several ingredients now that really do work. And so what is your first thoughts, starting with vitamin D3 and zinc? Is that useful? Is that beneficial? What do you think here?
Well, I've looked at many people's blood work that were deficient in vitamin D. The people that were always deficient in vitamin D had the poorest levels of testosterone, so I certainly think it has its application. And zinc is especially important. It's actually the first line of supplements you want to be using if you have problems with fertility, because your sperm actually needs zinc.
All right, and so vitamin D3, zinc, so far so good. We're right on par. And let me read the next line. Proprietary blend. What is going on here? Why is it proprietary blend after proprietary blend? Why can't we just list what you're getting? And so it's nothing wrong with the supplement. It's just, what are you actually getting? We don't know. We don't know what's in it. We're reading the label, but we don't know how much of anything we're getting. And so we getting a lot of something, a little bit of something. But at first glance, what are some of the ingredients, and do you think that those would be beneficial?
We're actually on a good start because the main ingredient in this is Fedosia agrestis, and we've seen many anecdotal reports and blood work even on Reddit of people that took pure Fedosia and seen their testosterone increase anywhere from 100 to 400 points, which blows my mind. And yeah, I mean, it's not a bad ingredient.
And in case you're wondering, remember Andrew Huberman, he was on that Joe Rogan podcast, Fedosia agrestis, and Tom Catalee, remember he said 100 to 200 points each, and it can increase your testosterone nanograms per deciliter. And so that is the first ingredient listed. That means it's the most of that. And so it certainly has a strong ingredient there. It's leading the way. What else is there?
Now, the other things are not so important because there's already been a lot of evidence to say fenugreek, which is like an Indian spice, it increases your libido, but it has no effect on your testosterone. Maca, it's from like South America, same deal. It increases your libido, but it has no effect on your sex hormones. And the other ingredient in here is Tribulus terrestris. Now, you may take the supplement and notice that you're performing better in bed and correlate that with higher testosterone, which isn't actually true.
And so what about ashwagandha? Even Jeff Nippard is taking ashwagandha. Why wouldn't we add that? Or would we add that?
Ashwagandha has some trials showing it does affect testosterone appreciably and has other trials showing it doesn't. Where the main benefit of ashwagandha would probably be in someone that works like 24-hour shifts. They're very stressed out. Anything that reduces stress will
decrease cortisol, increase testosterone. And so arguably it's going to be a benefit. You don't need it, but he does have it in that nootropic, that mental clarity formula. So I don't know. I feel like he should take it out of that one and put it into this one. But that's just me. I don't own his supplement company. I have my own. And so I do obviously different things than he does. Doesn't mean I'm right or he's right. He's doing what he wants.
Yeah. And otherwise, I actually think he's on to something here, even without his supplements. Before he came out with the supplement line, he was a big proponent of drinking coffee, where he said he'd never give it up. Would you ever give up coffee? How did that feel like?
I switched to decaf, and it was hard for a month. But now I save my caffeine for when I need it for exercise. I use caffeine as an ergogenic aid. For me, it's way better. I don't need nearly as much. I feel better. I sleep better.
Now, one thing Andrew Tate is a big proponent of is nicotine. And I can see in his nootropic supplement, he couldn't really put it in there, but he put in huperzine A, which increases acetylcholine, which kind of mimics the effect of nicotine a little bit. It's like the closest, best thing.
I can tell you I've used Hyperzine A, and I've smoked a vape, and it's not even close to the same thing. Are you kidding me? Yeah. How many of you out there are smoking cigarettes? It's Friday night, Allie's giving me a vape, and I'm on the floor, 3 puffs in. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Highly addictive, feels amazing. And so you're saying that Hyperzine A gets you a little bit of that feeling? That's scary. I'm going to get addicted.
There is a point of diminishing returns where a little bit of something can be a nootropic, but a lot of it could just be like a very heavy hitter, downer kind of compound.
Because, wow, cigarette smoking and that stuff, you got to be careful. That is dangerous. I mean, I was floored with this stuff. It's like it is a drug. I'm saying it's like a drug. Nicotine is a drug. Don't do nicotine. And so last but not least, but possibly the least, let's see. Sheer indefatigability. Okay, and it says vitamin support complex. And so in a vitamin support complex, I would assume I'm getting all vitamins. But as I look down the list, I see Guess what? Proprietary blend of energy products. And so what's in that?
Well, there's a pretty appreciable amount of caffeine in here. It has cola nut extract, which has a lot of caffeine. Has green tea extract, which most likely has a lot of caffeine. Has theobroma extract, caffeine again. This is all caffeine from what it looks like.
And so it's a bunch of caffeine of an undisclosed amount because it's a proprietary blend, and you're taking a vitamin, and it says it gives you energy. And so do you think you're getting energy from the vitamins or from the caffeine? And so what do you think of this? A proprietary blend of vitamins with caffeine, and is that something that you would actually want?
I don't think it's the best product, especially if you already take caffeine, you're already taking a pre-workout nootropic. Certainly not the best nutritional supplement out there.
Yeah, personally, I think, if it's a vitamin, you don't want to combine your vitamin with caffeine. I just don't know why he would add the two. Perhaps he's trying to mask the fact that you're getting energy from these vitamins, but really, is it the vitamins doing the work or the caffeine? And so why not just allow them to take their vitamins and keep the caffeine separate? Do you really need to combine the two? And so my opinion, adding caffeine to a vitamin stack, but what about the actual vitamins? Are there interesting things in here that could happen? What do you really notice looking through these vitamins?
First thing first, you're going to feel some weird effects when you take 50 milligrams of niacin. If you've ever taken a pre-workout and your ears glow red and your nose glow red, that's because of the niacin, and this has a pretty huge amount in it. And the benefits of taking niacin is it might help decrease your cholesterol a little bit.
And so overall, my best recommendations, if you want to get energy supplements, please, by all means, go and purchase them. Be careful of proprietary blends. You don't know exactly how much you're getting, and so maybe you're getting too much or too little of it. We don't really know. Ending it here. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm, like the video if you liked it, watch the tube loops. And remember, if you're looking for cookbooks, training books, the Circle diet book, phone consults, coaching plans by me and my team, please click the link in the description. Use code Greg, 10% off. Follow me on Instagram, Greg Doucette IB Pro. And until next time, we are out.